So we have covered alignment and distribution, and also the basic concept of slide layout. Next, I want to introduce you the grid system, which can take your presentation layout to the next level. In a grid system, the surrounding boundary is called the margin. We normally place the content inside the margin, unless you intend to break the grid. And the space between the grids is the gutter. You can use gutter to determine the distance between your objects. So with the grids, you can easily size and position the content in a systematic manner, like this, and even this. So how to create a grid system? Well, you can create it from scratch by clicking View on the top ribbon and take Guides. And then you can right-click on the lines that appear, add Guide, and drag them to the position you want, and right-click again and add and drag them until you have the full grid system ready. But this will take forever, and I certainly don't want you to do that. So I have created some grid guides with 4 different levels of margin thickness, which are ultra thin, thin, normal, and thick margins for you to adopt in the future. You may download the file from the link below. So after you have opened the file, this is what you see with 4 different grid layouts. You can go to View and then Guides to turn it on and off. Or you can use the shortcut Alternate F9 to turn it on and off as well. If you want to switch the guides, you can simply go to the Home tab and then select Layout and select among here. So right now it is using the thick margin. Let's say you want to switch to the ultra thin one, simply select it. Note that it doesn't reflect the change immediately, so you can select any other slide and then come back to it and see the guide being updated. In order to use these guides in a new deck or one of your existing decks, you can simply copy the slide with the guide you want to use, say for example the normal margin, copy, go to the deck you wish to apply the guide, right-click the thumbnail panel, click on the second button, which means Keep Source Formatting, to bring over the format and the guide embedded in that slide. You can then select all your existing slides, go on to Layout, and select Normal Margin to apply the guide. You can then move around your content based on these guides to ensure the consistency of all your slides. So let me quickly show you how to use these guides. Let's try the one with thin margin. For me, when I explore the layout, I always begin with gray boxes as placeholders for image or graphics. So let's quickly draw 2 boxes based on the guidelines. I also like to change the color to gray, remove the outline, right-click on one of them, and set a default shapes so that all the upcoming shapes that you draw will have the exact same look. As you can see, I follow the grid line in terms of the margin and also in terms of the gap between the images. And then maybe you can insert text, such as the title text and the content text along the grid, somewhere like here, so that they align with the images and also align with the margins. With the same guide, you can evolve into other layouts while maintaining consistency. For example, you can resize them. Let me delete this one and move it so that it changes from a row layout to a column layout. You can also reduce the height of the placeholders and move the text to the left, fine-tune the size and position, and move the text to align with the images. And you can also edit the text length to an extent that you're happy with. Alternatively, you can enlarge one of the photos to break the margin and fill the left half page. Let's delete this for now. As for the photo on the right, we can make it smaller to create more white space, and don't forget to align the text. If you want to show more information, you can certainly make the image smaller and trim the text, reposition them, duplicate, group them all together, and align them to the center. You can also easily create a 3 columns layout using the grid for something like this. So if you build your layouts based on the same grid, even if you move things around, all your slides can still look consistent and look like a family. So after you're happy with the layouts, you can replace the placeholders into images for some decent layouts with 2 rows or 2 columns or 3 columns or other variations. So if you're hoping to create more professional layouts, Guide is definitely a great tool to help you get started.